too often, democracy is seen as an event which happens once in 5 years. You go and vote. But it isn't, it's much more than that. It has to be. And this is where the education system and everything in society has to be. You have to talk about responsibilities that you have as a citizen. It's not enough to vote for a particular party or be members of a party. So that's it. The system of governance is very important. And here, for example, we have at municipal level tremendous problems with financial management. Now, when we think of the fact that an African could not open a spaza shop, corner shop, even in a township under apartheid, you realize the lack of experience and knowledge, not just experience of running it, but knowledge about a cash economy, a community things. So those are things that are still problems that we have to overcome. We have to transform the institutions because we had the institutions. As I said before, that South Africa had all the institutions, except democracy, except the involvement of the entire population. So the transformation of all the institutions still remains there before we can actually make it a true, what I would call a true democracy, with the obligations, with the systems, with all the infrastructure of a democracy. As part of negotiations, I was on the negotiating thing that negotiated the independent electoral board and the whole election system. So you have to transform institutions. We had to do it quickly, and so many of them have not been done yet, because they didn't have the advantage that we had in Parliament, where we agreed, blank sheet. People go into, very often, given the level of unemployment, people see going into governance as a job, getting a pay packet. It's not necessarily corruption, but they see it as a method of going in, rather than what they can do for the community. These are things which are inevitable, and you have to start changing them, but it takes time to do that.